Good afternoon. I'm being told that I am going live. I would love for someone to let me know that you're okay to hear me. I had a few technical issues last time I went to go live, so I'm hoping that everything is a-okay. So good afternoon and welcome to the Cozy Rosie UK channel, or Cozy Rosie Crochet. My name is Fiona. I'm not sure if we've met before, but if we have, welcome. If we haven't, my name's Fiona. Now I am currently sat in my mum and dad's spare bedroom. So looking pro, this is my old bed behind me because I'm not quite home yet, but I will be soon. But I wanted to take the opportunity today to come out on and talk to the wonderful Erin of Juniper and Oakes Crochet. She is going to be telling us more about Mosaic Crochet as a technique. Now, she has today released the most amazing Mosaic Crochet pattern. It is the Peaks and Pillars. I keep saying Peaks and Pillows, but it's Peaks and Pillars pillow. I get a bit confused, all these names. And she's going to come on today and tell us more about this amazing technique because it's one of these ones that we have to master. It is kind of a bit of a rite of passage when it comes to crocheting, most definitely, because it is just wonderful technique that creates the most beautiful patterns without needing to keep cutting your yarn to change colors. I don't know how else to explain it, but I'm hoping that the wonderful Erin will be with us very shortly so that she can tell us more about that as well. Check to make sure that she's coming. So her pattern today is available as part of the Spring Exclusives event. I want to tell you more about that event as well. It started on the 1st of March. So the Spring Exclusives event is, the exclusives events run each season. So we have one for spring, summer, and kind of autumn and winter. And they are a bit of a crochet event that's different to most of them. So the majority of crochet events that happen tend to give people the opportunity to download patterns for free, and then it's a great way of getting people to learn more about the crochet designers as well. With the exclusives event, it's an opportunity to purchase a premium crochet pattern at half the normal price. So it gives you access to those kind of more technical patterns and patterns that are going to allow you to expand your crochet knowledge as well as make something pretty. And today's pattern most definitely ticks all those boxes. So just bear with. I'm going to find out what's happening. Oh, she's unable to join us today. So that's a shame. But I will tell you more about it myself then. If I'd done some research, we would be better, wouldn't we? Should have checked my phone a little bit earlier. So Erin herself is from an amazing company, which is called Juniper and Oakes. So her pattern today, as I mentioned, is available as part of the Spring Exclusives. I've linked that pattern into the description box, so you can go and check that out and grab your coupon code as part of the Spring Exclusives. Bear with me a moment. I just do a quick search on my notes. Go. So the Mosaic, but I can't remember the name of it. The Peaks and Pillars is absolutely amazing. As I said, it's a beginner introduction into this wonderful technique, which is called Mosaic Crochet, and it is a wonderful technique. So Erin is also running at the moment an amazing crochet along where each month you get to create a new mosaic panel. And these panels can be joined to create the most wonderful blanket as well. I've linked all the details to her crochet along for you too. But I would love to know if you've ever tried mosaic crochet or if you've looked at it and thought, oh my goodness, how on earth do you do that? Because there are some amazing patterns out there that do use this technique, and it is simply wonderful. It's not one that I've mastered yet myself. I've certainly dabbled in it. I wouldn't say I'm confident in doing that technique, and I certainly haven't designed anything with that technique either, but I'm still trying. So hello, I can see we've got some people coming over from the Facebook group as well. So hello, thank you for joining us. I'll pop a link later for the community group. If you've never joined us in the community group, you're more than welcome to do so, because I share a lot of content into the community group as well. And it's full of wonderful crocheters like yourself, learning to crochet, learning new techniques and that kind of thing as well. So let's talk a little bit more about mosaic crochet itself, because it is kind of known as, it has various different names. So there is mosaic generally is how it's kind of described, mosaic crochet. And basically it is a really, really lovely technique, and it's an easy way to change crochet colors as you're working in your pattern without having the need to detach colors or use bobbins or something like that. Generally, it's used with 1 to 2 different colors of yarn, and it allows you to create the most wonderful stitches. I'm going to get my notes up. So there are so many different kind of crochet techniques that get a bit meshed with regards to terminology and describing how you're changing colors. So there's tapestry crochet, mosaic crochet, instarsia, Fair Isle, all these different kind of color changing techniques are all worked slightly differently. I'm not going to go over all the differences, but most definitely with the mosaic crochet, I'm just checking. So it's classed as being switched backwards and forwards. So you change your colors kind of every couple of stitches to create different kinds of patterns and motifs. And it's worked by, you'd work one color into the front post at the front loop of the stitch, and then the other color is worked into the back post on the way back. It's a technique and a half, most definitely, but it's definitely usually worked with 1 or 2 colors to create these wonderful motifs. And you've probably seen examples of mosaic crochet without actually knowing what you're looking at. Sorry, I've got some notes on it myself because I'm in the middle of writing a blog post all about it. So I want to make sure that you're getting all the information. So I'm thinking about trying to describe how some of these, what the technique creates. And much like mosaic tiles, it kind of gives you lots of different geometric shapes. You can do, as Erin did from Juniper and Oakes with this pattern, you can create peaks and troughs and pillars of columns, pillars of colors, and you can do squares, you can do all different kinds of shapes as well. So the most common use of mosaic crochet is called overlay mosaic crochet. So you would change color on each row, and then but the rows are always worked with the right side of the row facing you. Traditionally and most commonly, the stitch that you're using would be a US double crochet or a UK treble crochet, so that the stitches remain the same height, but they're worked in front and behind each other to give a layered effect, which is why it's called overlay mosaic crochet. There's also another technique which is called inset mosaic crochet, and with that one you tend to alternate the colors every 2 rows. Again, usually using a US double crochet, a UK double crochet, and that creates more of a tiled effect. So you kind of see the blocks of colors a little bit more as well. If you've ever used a color chart for, say, corner to corner, or any kind of Grafghan pattern that you followed, you'll find similar charts are used with the mosaic crochet as well. And with lovely repetitive patterns, you get into a bit of a routine of working, say, 2 stitches in that color all the way across, and you skip and leave some stitches unworked in the overlay method, and working those back in the other color when you reattach. But there are definitely the charts are easy to read when you understand what you're doing, if that makes sense. With the pattern that Erin from Juniper and Oakes is sharing with us today, there is a tutorial on her blog already to show you how to use this technique. I'm going to link that specific technique video below here as well once we're finished. But literally you start by making your foundation row of 1 color, moving on to then change color in the next row, and only working certain stitches in your new color before working back across again in your previous color. So you're kind of alternating every 2 rows or every row and working those skip stitches to create that overlaying pattern of stitches. So it's quite a textured look, but it also feels quite textured as well when you're creating it. So it really is a great technique to use for homeware designs such as pillows and blankets and afghans, all those kinds of things as well. I would be able to tell you so much more about this because Erin is like literally the master of this as well. I'm trying to find out what more information I can give you without having something to show you. I'm so sorry I don't have my have a copy of her pattern up with me either, but it is certainly a technique that I would recommend that everybody gives a go. I don't have a tutorial for it, so I'm going to link one and cheat and send you over to Erin for her to show you more about it. And of course you can get involved with her free crochet along alongside her beautiful pattern today. So the Peaks and Pillow is available with 50% off today using the coupon code for the the Spring Exclusives event, which I'm hosting this month. There's been 25 different patterns, all launching, all brand new, all premium crochet patterns that are launching throughout March. And you can get access to all of them right now if you wanted to by heading over to the blog post and checking out the pattern bundle that is available for you as well. So you're very welcome to leave your questions here for Erin to come and have a look at, or you can, of course, go straight through to the description box and head over to find out more about Mosaic Crochet over on the Juniper Oakes blog post. And while you're there, don't forget to check out all the other patterns that are available. But if you do have any questions about Mosaic Crochet, let me know and I will find out more of these techniques for you and finding out, or you'll find out more about the inlay and the overlay types of Mosaic Crochet there as well. I want to thank you for joining me this afternoon. Oh, it's lunchtime. No, it's not. It's way past lunchtime. Lost track of the day. And apologies that Erin couldn't join us today. But I will see you all again for a rearrangement of this live. And I'm hoping to go live with some more designers. I did pop something on my email today for people to let me know more of the techniques that you'd like us to discuss with you in more detail, or anything else you would like to learn over the coming weeks. Or, of course, if there are some designers you'd like me to grill so we can find out more about them and their design process. I'm hoping in the next, probably next week or the week after, I will be getting to chat to the wonderful Joanna, who's commenting this morning. Thank you. She's going to tell us more about her yarn dyeing process. I did a lovely blog post from her. She guest posted on my blog a couple of weeks ago telling us more about the inspiration behind her yarn dyeing process, because it's quite fascinating and I want to find out even more about the whole process itself. So Joanna will be joining us soon for one of those chats. Yes, so much happening. But I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Apologies again that Erin couldn't join us, but I'm sure she'll be back with us very shortly for another catch up, so we can find out more about Mosaic Crochet and all the different techniques that it involves. See you soon.